Namaste dear students, welcome to online class. Already we finished 4 sessions on motion in a plane, theory part. Today we start working out problems related to vector addition. The first problem, just you read the problem carefully. Rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. See here, rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. At the same time, wind starts blowing. Wind starts blowing after some time with a speed of 12 meter per second. In east to west direction. In which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? See, very easy problem. ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಕೊಡೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್, ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ನಾರ್ತ್, ಸೌತ್. ರೈಟ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್, rain is falling. Velocity of rain is given. What is its value? 35 meter per second. At the same time, wind starts blowing after some time with a speed of 12 meter per second in east to west direction. See, this is the direction of flow of wind. VW. How much? 12 meter per second. In which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? ಕೊಡೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಈ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆಗ ಅವ ಕೊಡೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾವ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, first we find the resultant of these two. How to find the resultant of these two? Complete the rectangle, then draw the diagonal starting from the same initial point. This is the resultant. First, find the magnitude of the resultant. See here, the angle between the two vectors 90 degree. Magnitude of resultant is obtained by using the formula root of VR square plus VW square plus 2 into VR into VW into cos theta. Here theta is the angle between velocity of rain, velocity of wind, 90 degree. So, the value works out to be root of 35 square plus 12 square plus 2 into 35 into 12 into cos 90. What is the value of cos 90 degree? We know cos 90 degree is 0. So, the last term vanishes. 0. The whole thing becomes 0. So, the answer is root 1225 plus 144 plus 0. That is root 1369 works out to be 37 meter per second. Resultant velocity of rain with respect to wind, resultant velocity is this. Now, they didn't ask the resultant velocity, but their question is, in which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? ಅವ ಕೊಡೆ ಯಾವ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? So, to find, now what we do that, find the direction. Tan, say alpha. Say this is angle alpha. Tan alpha is nothing but VW by VR, because opposite side is nothing but the same, adjacent side is VR, that is 12 by 35. VW by VR works out to be nearly, calculate VW 12 by 35, 0.12 by 35 works out to be 0.34, nearly. So, alpha is 42 degree. Sorry, alpha is nearly 19 degree, because tan 19 degree is nearly 0.34. So, alpha is 19 degree. We got angle alpha. Just you see, if here is a boy standing, this is the north direction, this is the east direction. If this is alpha, this angle is also alpha. So, he should hold his umbrella. This is the shape of the umbrella. He should hold, the boy standing here should hold his umbrella by making an angle of 19 degree in a vertical plane due east. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡೆ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವ ಕೊಡೆ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, he should hold his umbrella against the resultant. ಈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡೆಯನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ದಟ್ umbrella with the vertical is 19 degree. This is about the first problem. Once again I repeat, here we have two vectors. One is velocity of rain, the other one is velocity of wind. Find the resultant velocity. Then they didn't ask the magnitude of resultant velocity. We want the direction of resultant velocity. Against that direction he should hold umbrella so that he can save from wetting. So this is about the first problem. Now we move on to second problem. Second problem is very simple. Find the magnitude and direction of resultant of two forces. Once again I repeat, find the magnitude and direction of resultant of two forces, 5 Newton and 12 Newton, making an angle of 60 degree between them. That means they given first force, say A, is 5 Newton. B is 12 Newton. A is 5 Newton, B is 12 Newton. Theta they given 60 degree. They want resultant of two forces. See, this is A, 5 Newton, B 12 Newton, angle between them is 60 degree. Complete the parallelogram, draw the diagonal. Resultant we should find. We want magnitude of resultant and direction of resultant. We want alpha and we want magnitude. How much resultant force and what is the direction with respect to any one of the force. Say this is alpha. How to find? First, the same formula. Magnitude of resultant R is equal to square root of A square plus B square 2AB cos theta. Already we studied this. ಇದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಈಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ರೂಟ್ 5 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ 12 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಇಂಟು 5 ಇಂಟು 12 ಇಂಟು cos 60 degree or 25 plus 144 plus 2 into 5 into 12 into cos 60 degree is half. This 2 cancels. So square root of 169 plus 12 5s are 60. Nearly 169 plus 60, 229. 229 nearly equal to 15.1 Newton. Resultant, magnitude of the resultant is 15.1 Newton. How to find the direction of the resultant? The direction of resultant is given by tan alpha. We studied the formula. Tan alpha is nothing but b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. Once again I repeat, b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. That is b 12 sin 60 degree divided by 5 plus 12 cos 60 degree. Here keep in mind, first we should multiply these two, then you should add. Don't add then multiply. First multiply these two, then add. So 12 into root 3 by 2 divided by 5 plus 12 into half, or 6 root 3 by 5 into 5 plus 6 11, or 6 into 1.73 by 11, that is 6 3s are 18, 6 7s are 42, 43.6 1s are 6 plus 4 10, 10.38 by 11, nearly 0. Tan alpha is equal to 0.913, or see, tan alpha 0.913, or alpha is equal to nearly 42.4 degree. So you should write the answer in statement. How to write the answer in statement? The magnitude of the two forces, resultant of the two forces, magnitude of the resultant of the two forces is 15.1 Newton. This is the resultant. One answer. And the direction of the resultant is 42.4 degree with respect to 5 Newton. That means direction of resultant is 42.4 degree with respect to 5 Newton force, or 60 minus alpha, that is 60 minus 42.4, that is nearly 17.6 degree with respect to 17.6 degree with respect to B, second force. So the answer for the second problem is the direction is stated either with respect to one force or with respect to the second force. That is left to you. So alpha either 42.4 degree with respect to 5 Newton, or 60 degree minus alpha, that is 60 degree minus 42.4 degree is 17.6 degree with respect to 12 Newton. Any one you can write, no need to write the direction like this, or just you find the angle and keep it, no problem. This is about the second problem. Now we move on to the problem number 3. Problem number 3 is very interesting. See here, problem number 3 says a motor boat is racing towards north. A motor boat is racing towards north at 25 km per hour. That is the speed of or velocity of motor boat, because there is direction. And the water current in that region is 10 km per hour in the direction of 60 degree east of south. In the direction of 60 degree east of south, find the resultant velocity of the boat. Find the resultant velocity of the boat. What we have to do is, first draw the direction north, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. Here, what is the velocity of motor boat towards north? I'll write velocity of motor boat, VB, is equal to how much? 25 kmph, kilometer per hour. 25 kilometer per hour. And water current in that region is 10 kilometer per hour in the direction of 60 degree east of south. That means 60 degree east of south. This is direction of water current. I'll write VW for velocity of water current. This angle they given 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. In the direction of 60 degree east of south. So, this is the second velocity. They want find the resultant velocity of the boat. This value is given 10 kmph. What you have to do is, first use parallelogram law. Complete the parallelogram. Draw the diagonal. This is the resultant. This we want to find. R. Resultant of these two. Resultant in the sense we should find the magnitude as well as direction with respect to any one vector. Say, see here carefully, as they given this angle is 60 degree, angle between the vectors, this angle between the vectors, that I will denote as theta, which works out to be 120 degree, because total 180 degree. Angle between the two vectors VB and VW is 120 degree. Now, say this angle is alpha. This angle is alpha. Because to find the direction we need this also. With respect to velocity of boat, we are finding the direction of resultant. We use once again the resultant of two vectors acting at a point. What is the formula? Magnitude R is equal to square root of, here two vectors are VB square plus VW square plus 2 VB VW cos theta. Substitute the values. 25 square plus 10 square plus 2 into 25 into 10 into cos 120 degree, where theta is the angle between the vectors, angle between the velocity of boat and velocity of water stream. So, 2 into 25 into 10 into cos 120 degree. Simplify, square root of 625 plus 100 plus 2 into 25 into 10. What is the value of cos 120 degree? Cos 120 degree is nothing but cos 180 minus 60 degree. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta minus cos 60, that is minus half. This is how we have to find allied angles. Cos 120, 120, write it as 180 minus 60, then use the formula cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta minus half. So that value I have to put here minus half. 2 cancels. What we get? Root 725 minus 25 into 10, 250. 725 minus 250. What is the value? $725 minus 200 is 525 minus 50, 475. 475 square root nearly equal to 22 kmph, because 22 square is 484, which is nearly equal to this. Exact value is 21.8 kmph. Approximate value is 22 kmph. Exact value is 21.8 kmph. Now, to find the direction of the resultant, we make use of tan alpha is equal to, here we want this angle. So this is vector A, this is vector B. What is the formula for tan alpha? B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So here 10, or first I will write the formula, VW sin 120 degree divided by VB plus VW cos 120 degree. Tan alpha is equal to. Now simplify this. I will take this space. See here, tan alpha is equal to VW is 10 sin 120 degree. Same as this we have to work out. Sin 120 degree is equal to sin 180 minus 60 degree, that is equal to sin 60 degree, because 180 minus 60 or 120 degree lies in the second quadrant. Second quadrant sin is positive. So sin 60 we know root 3 by 2. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So sin 120 is also root 3 by 2. But here already we calculated cos 120 is not plus half, it is minus half, because in the second quadrant 120 degree is the second quadrant angle, there we have cos negative. So 10 sin 120, I will put the value root 3 by 2 divided by VB 25 plus 10 into, already we calculated that value, cos 120 value already we know, minus half. So tan alpha works out to be 5 root 3, because 10 by 2 is 5, divided by 25 minus 5. Because 2 ones are 2 5s are 5 into minus 1 is minus 5. So 5 root 3 by 20, or root 3 by 4, or 1.73 divided by 4, which works out to be 0.4 4 the 16, 1, 4 3 is 12, 4 2s are 8, 4 3 2 5. So tan alpha works out to be 0.4325. So what is alpha? Alpha is tan inverse 0.4325. The answer is nearly equal to 23 degree. 23 degree. This we will get by using Clark's table or mathematics table. Alpha is 23 degree. That means with respect to north direction, the velocity or direction of resultant is 23 degree towards east. So the final answer for this question is the resultant velocity of the boat is we got 21.8 kilometer per hour and its direction is 23 degree with respect to north or towards towards east with respect to north or with respect to velocity of the boat. This is about question number 3. Now we move on to the next question. Problem number 4. I and j are the unit vectors along x and y axis respectively. What is the magnitude of I plus j and I minus j? They given say one vector A as I plus j and say B as I minus j, where I is the unit vector in the direction of x axis, j is the unit vector in the direction of y axis. So what they want is, what is the magnitude and direction of the vectors? First part, what is the magnitude of A? What is the direction of A? What is the magnitude of B? What is the direction of B? We have to find. See, we already know if A is equal to AX into I cap plus AY into J cap, this is the basic. If A is equal to AX into I cap, AY into J cap, then magnitude of the vector is given by square root of AX square plus AY square. And direction is given by tan theta, that is AY by AX. The same principle we are using here for both cases. In first case, tell me what is AX. AX is 1 because I cap can be written as 1 into I cap. J cap can be written as 1 into J cap. Just you compare the centers. This and this you compare. In place of AX we have 1. In place of AY we have 1. So magnitude of the vector becomes square root of 1 square plus 1 square root 2. Magnitude is over. Now tan theta is nothing but AY by AX or 1 by 1 or theta is equal to 45 degree. Here theta is the angle with respect to x axis. That means, say this is the xy plane, this is I cap, j cap, I plus j cap will get like this. This is root 2. This angle is 45 degree. Angle is 45 degree. So this gives the direction of the first vector I plus j. Similarly, work out for the second. What is magnitude of B? Formula same, bx square plus by square. Here keep in mind bx 1, okay, but by is minus 1. Bx is 1, by is minus 1. So magnitude of vector B becomes 1 square plus minus 1 square root 2. Magnitude is same as that of I plus j. But direction, say I take the angle as phi. Phi is equal to, or tan phi is equal to by bx, that is minus 1 by 1 minus 1. Tan phi minus 1 implies phi is equal to minus 45 degree. Minus 45 degree means what? Minus 45 degree means you are measuring the angle in the clockwise direction. This is I plus j, this is I minus j. This angle is minus 45 degree. If you measure the angle in the anti-clockwise order with respect to positive x-axis, angle is taken as positive. Here tan phi is minus 1, phi is minus 45 degree, implies that with respect to x-axis, I minus j makes an angle of 45 degree in the clockwise direction. In the clockwise direction. This is about the first part. That is magnitude and direction of I plus j and I minus j. Just you see the second part, which is interesting. Here we have to use the concept of resolution of a vector. We already know what is resolution of a vector. A vector can be written as linear combination, that is lambda into A plus mu into B, where A is a given vector, small a and b are its components. So here the given vector is, vector A is 2i plus 3j. Small a is I plus j. Small b I minus j. What we want is, what are the components of the vector? We want to find lambda a and mu b. Use the same definition. See, 2i plus 3j is equal to lambda times I plus j plus mu times I minus j. Or just you see, I am separating I component and j component. We get lambda plus mu I cap is common, because lambda I cap plus mu I cap, lambda plus mu is taken, I cap is taken common outside, plus lambda minus mu into j cap. Now compare the I components and j components on either side. Lambda plus mu is equal to 2, lambda minus mu is equal to 3. So lambda plus mu is equal to 2, lambda minus mu is equal to 3. Solve this, get the value of lambda and mu. How to solve this? Just to add. 2 lambda works out to be 5, lambda works out to be 5 by 2. Substitute this in any one of this equation. Say 5 by 2 plus mu is equal to 2. Mu is equal to 2 minus 5 by 2. Mu works out to be minus half. So, the components of 2i plus 3j along I plus j and I minus j are the components of two I plus 3j along I plus j. First we write is nothing but 5 by 2 I plus j. This. This is the component of this vector along the vector A. A is I plus j. Similarly, component of 2i plus j along I minus j is the second part. What is that value? Mu we know. Minus half into I minus j. This is how we are finding component of one vector over two different vectors. Component of given vector in the direction of two different vectors lying in the same plane. Just you see all the three, vector A, I plus j, I minus j, all lying in the xy plane. All the three lying in the same plane. This is about problem number 4. Now we move on to the problem number 5. See, problem number 5 is asking for competitive examination. What is the property of two vectors A and B if magnitude of A plus B is equal to magnitude of A minus B? See, magnitude of A plus B is nothing but magnitude of R. What is that? We already know the familiar formula. A square, B square, 2AB cos theta. Because if A is one vector, B is another vector, then this is nothing but A plus B, completing the parallelogram, drawing the diagonal. A, B. This is angle theta. This is the formula for magnitude. Right? Now, what is magnitude of A minus B? Magnitude of A minus B, say that I'll take it as R dash, square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos, what is the angle between A and minus B? See, if this is B, minus B will be in the opposite direction. This is minus B. What is this angle? This angle is nothing but 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta. So, cos 180 minus theta. This is very important. For magnitude of A minus B, angle between A and minus B is 180 degree minus theta, where theta is the angle between A and B. So, square root of A square plus B square plus into cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. 2AB into minus cos theta, which works out to be root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. Why minus? Because of this minus. Plus into minus is minus. Now, they given these two are equal. In the problem, they given the condition A plus B is equal to magnitude of A minus B. Equate the both as these terms are equal. Inside the square root terms must be equal. One step I'll skip. So, A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta equals A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta, right? Here, B square, A square get cancelled. What is left? This minus 2AB cos theta bring here, 4AB cos theta is 0. Or cos theta is 0 implies theta 90 degree. Or vector A is perpendicular to B. If two vectors are orthogonal, then their magnitude of their sum is equal to magnitude of their difference. If the two vectors are orthogonal, what they want is what is the property of two vectors A and B. We decided the property by seeing the angle between them. Theta 90 degree implies A is perpendicular to B, or A and B are orthogonal vectors. This is the answer for first part. What about the second part? Here they didn't give the magnitude. Just you see the difference of the first and the second part. In the second part, they didn't give that magnitude sign. So, directly take as it is. A plus B is equal to A minus B. Or bring the right hand side expression to the left hand side. What we get? A plus B minus A plus B is equal to 0 or a null vector. Here A vector cancels. B plus B is equal to 0 or 2B vector is 0 or B vector is 0 vector. So, what is the property of two vectors A and B? If A plus B is equal to A minus B is the second vector must be a null vector. Second vector must be a null vector. This is about the problem number 5. And we move on to the last problem. Last problem, it is very, very important. What is given in the problem? Read the problem carefully, which is very important problem. The sum of magnitude of two vectors acting at a point is 18 unit. Sum of magnitude of two vectors acting at a point is 18 unit. And the magnitude of their resultant is 12 unit. If the resultant is at 90 degree with the vector of smaller magnitude, what are the magnitudes of the two vectors? See here, read the problem 2 or 3 times, get the concept, what and all is there given. See, the two vectors of magnitude, say first vector magnitude is second vector magnitude, together they given 18. Magnitude of both vectors, sum plus A plus B, A and B are the magnitudes of the two vectors. Say A plus B is 18. Then what they given? Magnitude of their resultant. See here, magnitude of their resultant means magnitude of A plus B, that is nothing but magnitude of R, they given as 12. Magnitude of R is 12. Here, individual magnitudes, their sum is 18. Magnitude of their vector sum is 12. In addition to that, they given, if the resultant is 90 degrees, the vector of smaller magnitude, say A is a smaller magnitude vector. Okay? This is the bigger magnitude. This is vector A, this is vector B. Their resultant is see, this is the resultant R. This they given, resultant makes 90 degree with the smaller magnitude vector. Resultant makes 90 degree with the smaller magnitude vector. This angle they given 90 degree. Their question is, what is A, what is B? That is to find. A ಮತ್ತೆ B ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. First, A plus B they given 18. Square this. A plus B square it. What we get? A square plus B square plus 2AB is equal to 324. On squaring, square ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಸರಿಯಾ? On squaring we get this. For this I will give equation 1. Now magnitude of A plus B I already know. Magnitude of R is nothing but square root of B square 2AB cos theta, right? Or I can write R square is equal to, or I'll write first this side, A square plus B square 2AB cos theta is equal to 12 square, because magnitude of R is given. I taken square on both sides. Right? This I'll directly write 144. I'll give equation 2. I want to get magnitude of A and B. So 1 minus 2, if I do, what I'll get? Equation 1 minus equation 2. A square minus A square, B square minus B square cancels. What is left? 2AB minus 2AB cos theta is equal to 324 minus 144, which is 180. Right? Or 2AB into 1 minus cos theta is 180. For this, I will give equation 3. Let it be there. Now, we know the angle alpha. They given alpha. Alpha is how much? 90 degree. So, tan alpha is equal to, we know the formula, B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. What is tan 90? Tan 90 degree is equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta, right? Tan 90 is nothing but infinity. That I will write it as 1 by 0. Actually, it is infinity. Something by 0 is known as infinity. So, it is equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. This implies A plus B cos theta is equal to 0. Because denominator becomes 0, then the value becomes infinity. Right? So, A plus B cos theta is equal to 0. Right? Now, we know A plus B is 18. What is the value of A? A becomes 18 minus B. So, that I will put here 18 minus B plus B cos theta is equal to 0. Right? Or 18 is equal to these two terms I am taking to the other side, becomes B minus B cos theta, or I can write it as B into 1 minus cos theta. A plus B cos theta 0. In place of A, I know 18 minus B. Put it here. In place of A, 18 minus B plus B cos theta. 18 keep it here. These two terms taken to the right hand side. So, 18 is equal to B minus B cos theta, or 18 is equal to B into 1 minus cos theta. That I will write here. B into 1 minus cos theta is equal to 18. Put 4. Just you see equation 3 and 4, play with these two, get A and B. What you have to do here is this. In place of B into 1 minus cos theta, substitute this value over here. In place of B into 1 minus cos theta, put 18. What we get? 2A into 18 is equal to 180, or 2A is equal to 180 by 18, or 10. A becomes 5. Magnitude of one vector we got. Once you get A, we know A plus B is 18. So, A plus B is 18. B is equal to 18 minus A, that is 18 minus 5, 13. Clearly, the magnitude of the two vectors are, magnitude of vector A is 5 unit, magnitude of vector B is 13 unit, their sum is 18, their resultant is 12. This is about the problems related to vector addition. In addition to this, you should work out as many problems as much possible, because if you work out the problems, then only you get the concept very much clear to you. Thank you.